So, what's up people and welcome to the chapter 110 discussion of Kaiju number 8 or Kaiju 8号. So, chapter 110 came out about a few days ago, and as always, I will leave a link to this chapter that's currently being shown on the publisher's official website, Manga Plus, for free to the North American audience. So if you're interested, we'll go take a look at it before they pull this chapter back. Now, before I begin the discussion, I do want to apologize. For this particular discussion, I will not be showing any images from the chapters. What I found out is that chapter 109 has been copyright struck by the publishers, and because of that, I am a little bit hesitant in showing any images from the chapter. Now, because of the fair use argument, I am in dispute with regards to that particular strike. And I do want to see how this turns out. If the chapter is reinstated, then I will go back to showing a few images just like I've done in the past. However, if the chapter is permanently deleted, then I will probably change this discussion to not have any images or potentially drop Kaiju number 8 from the discussions. So I will keep you updated with regards to that. And depending upon how things turn out, chapter 111 will probably be similar. Anyway, so let's get back to the chapter. If you recall in chapter 109, we finally saw Kafka and Mina coming together to fight the hybrid of monster number 9 and 2. And that was a very monumental moment because this entire story was with regards to Kafka eventually getting to the point where he would be able to fight and support Mina. And so the ending of chapter 9 was very impactful with regards to the very objective that this entire series started. And so chapter 110 begins with the actual battle itself, and in front of the entire country of Japan, monster number 8 and Mina start the battle. And with regards to Mina and 8, time is not on their side. The more they continue to battle, the more the hybrid will learn about their battle styles. So they have to take care of this hybrid monster as quickly as possible by exposing the core and destroying it. And so knowing the objective, Mina and 8 start their battle. And as you can imagine, a significant amount of this chapter is with regards to the battle itself. The images are pretty incredible, and once again, I apologize. I can't show the images for this particular chapter. But what we find out is that during the battle, as monster number 8 continues to push, whenever he gets into a difficult situation, Mina is there to get him out of it. And so her cover fire turns out to be very useful in the battle. And they find out that the monster number 8 Mina pairing turns out to be really, really good. Even possibly better than when Mina was partnered with Vice Commander Hoshina. And so all of headquarters and all of Japan start potentially becoming hopeful that maybe they will be able to defeat the hybrid monster. But of course the hybrid monster continues to learn their attacks. And because it has the memories of Isao Shinomiya, it takes what it learns and is able to create successful counterstrikes. And finally, what we find out is that because this is not just a hybrid of 9 and 2, but a history of a great number of monsters and humans that were absorbed by this creature, it can utilize strengths that neither 2 nor 9 had. And because of that, it starts using abilities that neither 8 or Mina has ever seen. But of course, from Mina and 8's perspective, they don't have time to be able to figure out how to defeat this hybrid. They just have to keep on pushing to be able to expose the core, because as time keeps on going, things will work against them. And we find out this very seriously when the hybrid finally simultaneously takes down both Mina and 8. And of course, this becomes a peril for both the headquarters and the entire country of Japan. And you could see the tears coming out of that little girl who was rooting for monster number 8. And monster number 8 starts remembering that, yes, monster number 9 was the opponent that both Commander Narumi and himself in the monster form couldn't defeat. And at that time, it wasn't even utilizing any of the other creatures' powers. And so Kafka was at a point where he wasn't sure what to do. Even Vice Commander Hoshina's moves were starting to become ineffective against the hybrid. But what we find out is that there was something that he was keeping secret even from Vice Commander Hoshina during the training. And that is, of course, the objective of the original monster that went into Kafka. It turns out that that monster seems to want to go on a killing rampage. And the only thing that was holding it back was Kafka. And so by holding it back, monster number 8 was never able to utilize his full skills. And so at this point, Kafka takes a gamble and decides to let the little monster free. And you could see at the end of the chapter, monster number 8 transforming. And it is a pretty incredible image. And once again, I apologize for not being able to show it to you here. So yes, this is a level up. And this is a level up after we saw a multiple number of level ups. And this is not particularly unique to Kaiju 8号, because this is the typical trope that you see in shonen, right? Where one side becomes more powerful, and then the other side becomes more powerful, and then the original side becomes more powerful again, right? You saw that in many of the other shonen type series. Probably one of the most notable parts was during the Chunin exam of Naruto. But the thing I really liked about this particular power-up is that it goes back to the very essence of the story. There was always a question, what happened when this monster went into Kafka? Why did it go into Kafka? And what is its relation to all these other monsters out there? And we don't particularly get a really good glimpse of it here, but at least we're starting to get a little bit more clues once again. I don't think we'll know everything after this battle, but I think we'll start to know a little bit more. Now, what will be interesting is what we see at the end of the chapter is that that little monster wants to really kill. And so with Kafka releasing it, there is a good possibility that monster number 8 will power up so high that it will defeat the hybrid. Whether it will kill the hybrid is another matter. The hybrid may get away, but it will most likely defeat the hybrid. I mean, this is a shonen story after all. But the question is the little monster only interested in killing other monsters, or does it want to kill in general? If it wants to kill in general, after it defeats the hybrid, will it go on a killing spree? It will be interesting to find out, because if it becomes the latter, then monster number 8 may end up becoming a menace to society once more rather than a hero to society. And it will most likely be Kafka that will have a difficulty in bringing it back. Now, since Mina is nearby, and knowing Matsumoto Naoya's writing style, it may take Mina to be able to get through Kafka once again, and reminding him that his dream was always to protect the people of Japan, and that might give him enough willpower to bring control back. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see how this goes. First of all, it is curious to see how Monster 8 will power up, and how he will be able to defeat the hybrid. But then it will also be interesting to see what happens after the hybrid is defeated and monster number 8 is now able to go on a rampage if it wants to. So anyway, we will have to wait until chapter 111 to find out, but it will be interesting to see. We may not get the full battle in chapter 111, but we will be able to see glimpses of just how powerful and unrestricted monster number 8 will be. So once that chapter comes out, I'll bring out another video. I hope you join me at that time. But this is the chapter 110 discussion of Kaiju 8号 or Kaiju number 8. If you read it, what you think about it, any comments will be greatly appreciated. And until the next episode, happy manga reading, and as always, Jaya, nice day everyone.